All right. Call review for dating offer.
How's it going, Alan?
We'll play the first few minutes in 1x speed.
Meeting is being recorded.
It's going.
It's going?
Yeah.
Awesome. I can hear you. I can't see you at the moment.
Yeah, I know. I was working last night. I dropped my camera and I cracked my lens on my phone. I have to get a new camera, so my camera's not working.
No worries. Do you have a computer to hop on with?
Oh, geez. Okay. So like even if you turned it on, it wouldn't.
All right. First observation of our man Enrique here. State like there's just like a lack of leadership and certainty. Oh, my camera's not working. Yeah, no worries. Do you have a computer that you can hop on right now? Are you on your phone? Yeah. Do you have a computer you can hop on? Oh yeah, I can do that. Okay, cool. So just if you hear, we just go back 5 seconds. Just too far. We just kind of hear in the words that you're saying and in your tonality.
So like even if you turned it on, it wouldn't. I wouldn't be able to see you whatsoever.
And it's kind of like a neediness. Like, oh, I need you to be on the camera. You know, you see that?
You're saying.
Right. Yeah. The lens is all cracked. You can't see nothing.
Okay, cool. Are you in a place right now where you're good for 45 minutes for us to go deep here? You're not driving or anything? No, I am. Okay. Well, nice, man. Where are you calling in from? I'm calling in from Denver. Awesome. Well, I know we have a limited amount of time. You ready to jump right in? Yeah. Perfect. Boom.
I tried turning it on before.
All right.
I don't want to bog down the call on him not having a camera. Like, who cares?
All good. Well, I wouldn't want to. All good. I wouldn't want you to.
Okay. So this is a piece of advice that I got is just think of your next question and land the plane. Okay. So rather than communicating like the way you are now, which is, I wouldn't like to, what are you trying to say? Okay. In my head, I'm like, okay, so you don't have a camera. Okay, cool. You don't have a camera. Not a plan. Here, I'm already doing it. No worries whatsoever. Are you ready to just jump right in? Yeah. I still do a bit of rapport because we kind of skipped through the rapport.
I still have to cancel the meeting and reschedule the third time. So if
this is just unnecessary.
It's broken and you're not able to, then all good.
I was chasing somebody last night and the camera fell.
Like, who cares?
Phone fell out of its case.
Oh, geez.
Honestly, this guy sounds like he's in his 60s, which is interesting. He sounds very old. He sounds like late 50s, early 60s, maybe mid 60s.
Yeah.
Yes. So you said you were a deputy. So, oh boy. Well, I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, dude. Just it's like the level of leadership is like a 2 out of 10. Like the energy that you need to bring is certainty, leadership, relaxed. I'm taking control of the conversation. I'm also friendly, not needy. Right? Like if you ball that up and put it into a pill, that's what you kind of need to take.
Here, it didn't get anything too serious. So
no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know we have a limited amount of time and all, but are you all good to jump in?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So what I will say is I'm definitely really excited to get more.
Okay. There's a bit of extra words that you're adding to the frame. So what I will say is you don't need to say that.
To your story and definitely go deep on.
Looks like you're reading.
What's going on within your dating life and also get some more clarity on what you're looking to accomplish.
Because you're kind of slow, he's like kind of jumping in. So, so we are going to go deep and have a no BS conversation. So I got a Zin in my mouth. Let me take the Zin out. We are going to go deep in this call. We are going to go deep and have a no BS conversation and find out where you're at right now with your dating life and also what you're looking to accomplish. From there, if we have alignment between that and what we do over here at The Attractive Man, then we can go through all those details. Does that sound good? Yeah. Awesome. Well, I've read over your application and I've got those notes. And I'm curious, in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge that you are having in your dating life right now?
Accomplish. So if there's alignment there, with what we have with our Unleash mentorship and for yourself, then we can jump into all those details if that sounds good with you.
Sure.
All right. I'm going to pick up the speed a bit here.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So I looked at your application that you submitted, and
Okay.
we have all the details. And so for me, what I'm curious about is what is the biggest challenge that you're facing in your dating life right now?
Okay. I had to slow it back down a bit. Don't do this thing where you're like trying to think of the question. So, what is the biggest challenge that you're having with your dating life or in your dating life right now? And if your marketing is more specific than that, you might want to say, like, what is the biggest challenge that you're having meeting the woman of your dreams or whatever? But it's fine to go broad,
Uh,
but also slow it down. Like that, it's like, okay, like the frame is like da 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 and then da and da and da. Sound good? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm curious, in your opinion, da da da, what is the biggest challenge that you're having growing your business? That's what I say, or in your dating life right now. Like it slow down so that you get a better answer. This guy might give you a very shallow answer because the intonation and the cadence of that question was the same as the frame. So his brain hasn't registered that we're going to have a serious conversation right now.
that's a good question. Okay. That's more than one.
What's the biggest
Probably-
challenge right now you're facing?
Yeah, do not jump in.
The right way to talk to women is probably the biggest one. I would say.
I have the sense that you're going to jump in really quickly here. So let's see if you do.
The right way to talk to
Yeah. The right way to talk to women. You just hold the silence and he'll probably start filling that in.
women?
Yeah.
How
That
so?
would be, I really don't know how to. I guess I get tongue tied and stuff when I'm talking.
Okay. So he didn't actually give you a pain point. Like, the right way to talk to women is like it's a problem. It's not a pain point. Okay. So right now you don't know how to talk to women. Now I get tongue tied. Okay. So in terms of your dating life, in the past, let's say 30 days, how's it been going?
Talking. I guess that's the best way to put it. Get tongue tied, like I don't. I run out of things to say, stuff like that. I guess if that makes sense.
Okay. So getting
Okay, so you just need to zoom out. Right now, it's like, okay, so you're getting tongue tied. Okay, but like I need to know the bigger context for this guy in this context. Like, what's actually been going on? Like, what are his results right now, or lack of? Like, I need him to tell me that.
tongue-tied and running out of things to say. What are these sorts of interactions? Are these interactions in terms of like you're approaching women, or is this from?
Yeah, dude. Like, we zoom out first.
Like in what scenario are you having these issues of getting tongue-tied and running out of things to say?
And don't over talk so much.
Even sometimes with the online dating apps too. Trying that, really don't walk up to women in public at all.
Okay, I at first I thought he was way older. Now he sounds like he's in his 40s, but he's just a bit slower mentally. So like I'm going to purposely slow down my communication. It's going to be more staccato. Just like, okay, got it. So right now you're getting tongue-tied when you're talking to women. Is that right? Yes. So in the last 30 days, what have been your results in your interactions with women? Or how has that been going? And slowing down and making it very clear what I'm asking.
So it's specifically on the online dating apps that you're having this issue of being tongue-tied and running out of things to
that
say.
too, yeah. And if I feel like I want to approach a woman, I'm just afraid to. So I guess.
Okay, got it. That's ownership. I'm going to go back into that. But right now, I need to know the pain.
That's the other one.
Yeah. So afraid to approach a woman in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's laughing.
Yeah.
And on top.
Okay. So is there any reason why you laughed when I said you were afraid to approach women? Why is that funny? Boom. That's, probably the most relevant thing you could ask me at this point.
Of that, and on top of that, sort of running out of things to say and getting tongue-tied. Yeah, so the idea of running out of things to say on the online dating apps, those are sort of the two big things there.
Yeah. That's what I would say, yeah.
And when you say you're afraid.
So can you give me a recent example of the last time you were talking to a girl or a woman and you got tongue-tied? Okay, what happened? Okay, when did that happen? Where did that happen? How many times has that happened recently? Why do you feel like that's happening? Okay, blah, 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 blah.
Afraid to approach women in real life. Like, what do you feel like is sort of that thing that is stopping you from?
No, dude. Okay, we don't want to go into what's stopping him. He already said it's fear. Okay, we need to talk about the pain first. You're not talking about the pain. You're actually talking about a solution right now. Well, what's stopping you from talking to him? Well, I'm afraid. I just kind of told you. Right? Like, who cares? We need to switch the focus of the conversation to what's going on right now. What are his results? How many dates have you been on? How many women have you approached? How many have you talked to or tried to talk to on the dating apps? I guess where, first of all, are you meeting women primarily right now? If you are, right? Like, have you been on any dates in the past 30 days? No. Okay. What about the past 60 days? No. Last 90 days? No. When was the last time you were on a date? Oh man, that's been like 2 years. 2 years. Holy shit. I mean, is everything good? Like, not being on any dates, communicating with any women. Have you wanted to, like, for the past 2 years, have you been wanting to go on dates? Or did you only just recently start thinking about this? No, I wanted to the entire time. Okay. And so, we always want, in terms of like the pain, the most relevant pain is what's happening right now. But we also want to get the full, we can call it like the history of failure for the pain, which might be the past 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. I used to close on a dating offer, and I closed a 28-year-old guy that was a virgin. Yeah, he told me his only girlfriend was when he was like 15, and she lived in a different country. It's like the classic, like, oh, you wouldn't know my girlfriend. She goes to a different high school. I guess when you're in high school, if you're my age and your girlfriend goes to a high school, that's like illegal. But anyway,
being able to actually make that approach and go up and talk to a woman.
Oh, I'm shy. That's one.
Okay, yeah, you're shy, you're afraid. Got it. Awesome. So I want to know, dude, brass tacks, like, tell me, like, we need him to tell you his tangible reality. How many times in the past 7 days have you seen a woman that you wanted to talk to, but you didn't because you were shy and afraid? How many times? Oh man, 10. Okay. What about last week? Yeah, also probably around 10. Okay. Did you talk to any of them? No, I only talk to women on dating apps. Okay. How many women would you say that you're matched with, last week, or like how many, you know what I mean? Like, I just want him to start talking more about his problems, like his pain, and like reliving the experience. But I also want to know, dude, like the context of this guy. I can see in the summary, it said he was married for 26 years. So it's not like he's always not know how to talk to women. You know what I mean? So anyway,
I can talk to anybody. I mean, especially
well, apparently you can't because you just said you can't talk to women.
in when I have to, but approaching a woman in public is
He just said when I have to. That's interesting. Well, you can talk to anyone when you have to. Interesting. So in my mind, I'm already connecting the dots that he's putting too much pressure on himself to, he's like, okay, I have to do this. And he's psyching himself out, basically.
it's just something I don't do. I guess I'm too shy would be the best thing.
Well, no, it sounds like, I mean, dude, if I really wanted to wrap this guy up, okay, so you can talk to women. You're just choosing not to because, you know, you're not really telling yourself that you have to talk to women. So therefore, you're buying into the excuse that you're too shy or you're afraid. Because you just told me that you could talk to anyone. And now he's like, fuck. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, like I immediately still want to switch gears because we're not talking about the pain point, really.
Best way to say it.
Like we're kind of starting on the ownership side of the conversation. But we need him to we need to dig into his pain.
I'm too
I
shy.
understand. What about you being too shy is making you feel like you're afraid to approach women? If, as you said, you can essentially talk to anyone if need be.
Well, I should rephrase that. I can talk to anybody when I'm on the job. I guess
Okay. Now he's okay. Like, do you see the rationalizations and the excuses and you know, the lie that this guy's telling himself?
that's different.
Why is that different? Why is it different?
I really don't know how to put it. I'm trying to think exactly how to put it. Trying to think of how to put it. Let me see. Actually, the truth is, I just don't approach women in public.
Wait, what did he say? We're at like the 5-minute mark. Let's see. I'm trying to see in the transcript here. Okay, when he's on the job, I don't know how to put it. Okay. Oh, so he says the truth is I just don't approach women in public. That's the truth. I don't approach women in public. Okay, great. We've already made a differentiation in this guy's mind between he can't and he doesn't, right? And one of them, it's like his identity. It's like a fact about him. I just can't talk to him. Well, no, actually you can, but you're choosing not to. There's a big difference between can't and won't. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm trying to.
I understand that, and I hear you.
Let me see. Actually, the truth is, I just don't approach women in public. That's the truth. I don't approach women in public at all.
Now, my next question would be, okay, considering that it's been your choice to not approach women in public, well, I mean, if the obvious objection is like, well, I guess I'll just go approach women now. I don't need you guys. Well, this is why it's too early in the conversation to really go here. But since it's going here, like you probably would want to ask, okay, so if it's just a matter of you choosing not to approach women, which it sounds like it is, you know, where was that belief at when you booked in this call? Well, yeah, I am choosing not to approach women. However, I do feel like if I had help through communication skills or what to say, or if I had someone coaching me, that would make it way more effective. Okay, in what way? Okay, got it. Like, I don't really want to have that conversation this early in the call.
I understand that, and I hear you. But as you point out, the reason you aren't approaching women is because, as you said, you're shy. You're afraid to do it because you're shy. So, how does you being shy affect your ability to actually approach?
You're circling now. He already says I'm shy, so I don't approach women
in real life. When, as you said, when you're on the job, you can talk to anyone and have that sort of.
He's choosing not to do it, dude.
That's because I'm on the job. People have to respect the uniform. So, but
what's his job?
I'm trying to. I don't really exactly know how to put it. I guess the best thing to do is I'm just afraid of rejection. I guess that's the best way to put it. I guess being afraid of rejection makes me shy, and I want to approach women in public.
Yeah, so you're rejecting yourself.
That's the best way I put it.
So that shyness comes from you being afraid of being rejected.
Yeah.
Okay, so to pivot here, okay, so just so that I can, understand the full, if we zoom out, I want to understand the full situation here. Okay, so your fear of rejection, right? Like, what does that cost you so far? Like, let's zoom out. In the past 30 days, how many dates have you gone on? When was the last time you went on a date? Okay, how did that date go? Okay, you went out for dinner. Was it just one date? Did it end after that? Did you see her again? No. Okay, hey, can I ask, like, man to man, when was the last time you got laid? When was the last time you had sex? You have to ask that. That's like you have to ask that question in sales for dating. Like, you just have to. You're like, oh, dude, it's been like 5 years. 5 years, wow. So going through. I mean, I can only imagine what's going on in his mind. So this whole time, like, over the last 5 years, you wanted connection, you wanted a relationship. Is that right? Yeah. And wanting that, not having that, seeing women that you want to approach and talk to, but being so afraid to actually go up and talk to them because, like, of the what ifs or whatever. I mean, dude, like, what sort of impact is that having on you? And how long has that been going on for? Okay. So got it. So this fear of rejection is stressing you out. You're lonely. You're putting on weight. You're not taking care of yourself. You feel like you're making less money, but who knows? And it all really just comes back down to this, core fear that, like, hey, like, if I talk to the women I want, I might get rejected. Yeah. Do you want to continue operating that way and continue feeling the way that you've been feeling for the past 4.5 years? Continuing to have all these negative effects? No, I don't. Okay, why? Was there any, turning point for you to get to the point where you're like, okay, I know I need to get over this fear. Like, I need to do something differently. What happened? Yeah, this thing happened and this thing. Like, okay. And then, have you gotten to the point where, or let me actually ask a different question. Like, have you reached out in the past to help, to get help overcoming this fear of rejection and maybe learning some of the things that you like that could help you do that, or getting accountability or coach or anything? Have you done that? No. Okay. Do you feel like that would be a solution? Yeah. Okay. Understood. So where are you at now as far as wanting to continue trying this on your own and really not getting any results whatsoever? I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, why not? Okay, and then, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I guess that's the best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. Oh, I got rejected a lot before I met my ex-wife, and then I was with my ex-wife for 26 years. So now it's like starting over is really bad.
Okay, when did I need to know? Number one, when did that relationship end? That's really important information. Like, we definitely need the brass tacks here. We need like a timeline for this guy.
Not easy to start over after all that. So
I mean, some people get out of a marriage for 26 years and they finally feel free and their life opens up. What are they doing that you're not?
Tell me, you married for 26 years. It's quite a long time. What ended up happening with you and your ex-wife?
okay.
Oh, look at this. Okay, so watch what he's about to say.
Truth is, we probably should have not gotten married in the first place. We got married because she was pregnant with my oldest. I have 4, and my oldest is going to be 33 this year. So, and then we never really got along. But I stayed because of my children. So we probably should have never got married in the first place.
Yeah, the problem is I can see that you're digging into the pain in the past, Here's what I'm putting together. Okay, so before you met your ex-wife, you got rejected a lot. You didn't have the skills to get the type of woman that you really wanted to be with. And then, accidents happen. You got a girl pregnant. You decided to do the right thing. You stayed with her. But in your heart of hearts, you really felt like this was a mistake. But you stayed. And then life went on. You started a family. You had a few more kids. 26 years goes by. And then it ends. And so I'm curious, do you feel like, just if you just get over your fear of fear of rejection, how confident are you that this time around you're going to put yourself into a better situation to find a better match for you? Like, if you just do the same thing you did last time, what are the chances that you just end up in the exact same or similar situation? Yeah, they're pretty high. Okay, are you willing to do that again? No, fuck no. Okay, why? Well, because da-da-da. Understood. So going forward this time, what do you feel like you need to do differently to get a woman, not just to figure out what to say to her, but how to actually connect with the woman that you actually want? Well, this time I need to have more options. Okay, and how are you going to get those? Well, I don't know. Okay, well, can I make a suggestion? Yeah, most clients come to us because they want to learn how to attract a woman, like their type, not just any woman. They want to learn how to, we can call it, convert her from a date into maybe something more, right? They want to learn those skills of, we can call it escalation or progressing that relationship forward. But the biggest thing that they just don't have is the options or the skills to do that, as far as communication, attraction, we can call it conversion. And that's what our clients come to us for. Would you feel like you fall into any of those camps? Like, those are the things that you need as well? Yeah, which ones? Oh, all of them. Okay, why do you say that? Okay, well, this and this and this. Okay, understood. So you need this, this, and this, and this.
What do you mean by never got along?
We just fought all the time.
It's like, digging here is not that, it's not productive.
And I only stayed because of my children.
I mean, it's a little productive. Yeah, I guess it's a little productive because now this is a cost of inaction. In other words, if he does the same thing that he's did in the past, even though currently he's not getting results, we didn't get into that, but we need to. If he does the same approach, that is what's at stake. He could get into the same situation.
Because I didn't want them having to grow up with their parents being apart. So that's why I stayed. Because deep down I knew it wasn't going to work and I should have left, but I didn't. I should have left a long time ago. So I didn't. And now starting over, really not easy. Not easy at all. Sure, you hear that a lot.
I mean, I guess for you, what about that situation deep down made you feel like it wasn't really going to work out? And how long did you know that the marriage wasn't something that wasn't
Yeah, never ask two questions like that back to back.
going to work out?
Wow. We fought all the time. We never really did a lot as a couple, stuff like that. And I probably knew what? I think I knew like 4 or 5 years in, but like I said, I just stayed because of my children. I wanted them to have an intact family.
Yeah. And yeah, I can respect that there. So what I'm curious about is, because as you've mentioned, you're having this sort of fear of being rejected by women, and that's the shyness of actually going up to them because of that rejection. But I mean, you clearly were able to meet with your ex-wife and were married for, as you said, 26 years. So with that dynamic, like, how did you met her in college? Okay.
Yeah. So, and then when I don't know, when I was young, I didn't mind. I didn't care about rejection when I was young. I guess it's the best way to put it. Didn't really bother me.
Okay, so what's changed now at 56?
So
what's changed now at 56?
Okay, so he is 56. Okay.
I'm older. It's hard to find. It's hard to find women. Well, I'm not attracted to a lot of women that are near my age, but I don't want to end up with too young of a woman because then we'll have nothing in common. So it's stuff like that.
Okay, great. So he just doesn't have the options that he used to when he was in college. So that is a problem. That is one thing that I'm assuming that your program can help him fix. The other problem is even if I did have the right option, I'd probably screw it up because I don't know what to say. I get tongue tied and I'm scared of rejection. Okay, so those are two tangible problems. If you can just show him how your program helps him solve those two problems, and you tie it into solving his current problem, but also solving the problem of not finding or not like getting into the same situation he was in, well, then he'll probably buy.
So, but yeah, I just don't want to be rejected. I'm tired of being alone.
So, how long have you been alone for? See, okay, there's way too much. Like the conversation's way too much about the solutions versus like getting him into pain in the front half.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I don't want to be alone anymore. So
why not? Because there's lots of.
Nah, dude. Like, well, how long have you been alone for? What I mean, what about being alone is bothering you the most right now?
Men in their 40s, 50s, 60s who are quite happy living. They had the kids, they had the wife, they had the marriage, and now they're on their own. So what's?
It's like you could have just got into the more specifics. How long have you been alone? Go into the specifics of why that's a problem. Why now he doesn't want to be alone anymore. What sort of impact is being alone having on him in his day to day?
For you specifically, what about being alone is something that you don't want to experience or continue to experience today?
I just want companionship, somebody to be with, someone to do things with, stuff like that. Someone to get to know, someone to share experiences with. That's why I don't want to be alone, and that's just the truth.
How long have you had that want of not wanting to be alone and wanting companionship and to have those experiences?
It's been about 3 or 4 years.
Okay. So 3 to 4 years that you've wanted this.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can hear in your voice, this is something that means quite a lot to you. It's something that you really want to experience and have taken care of. But
yeah,
here's the thing, though, is, I mean, if we're looking at it, a really big thing that you've pointed out is that you have.
I don't think all this is necessary. Could have just dug deeper.
That's a great point, actually.
Something that you really want to experience and have taken care of. But
yeah,
here's the thing, though, is, I mean, if we're looking at it, a really big thing that you've pointed out is that you have this fear of rejection. And so I'm trying to understand, because on one side, you're saying, yes, like the last 3 to 4 years, I don't want to be alone. I want this companionship. But on the same time, it also looks like that fear of rejection is trumping or overcoming that sort of want for that companionship. So like, help me understand, like, what are those fears that are coming up with rejection that are so severe that it's preventing you from being able to push yourself past it and seek that companionship?
Yeah, it's an interesting direction for the call. It's like somebody who doesn't want to drink alcohol anymore, but they still drink. It's like, well, to me, if I really wanted to quit drinking alcohol, yet I was still drinking, well, all that means is I don't really want that. Right? Or I haven't decided and committed to, one or the other. I'm still on the fence, right? Like this guy is in one of those two camps, if not both. Like it's much better to go, okay, so you want companionship. Like how many women have you tried to, talk to in the past 7 days? Okay. Or where are you meeting women right now? On dating apps. Okay. And like you could go into his efforts of trying to meet women and what the results have been. Over how long has he been doing that? How is that going? Like, how does he feel about those results? He doesn't like them. Okay, got it. Right? We can validate one or the other. Okay, so like, because people say it's like don't don't look at what people say, look at what they do. Right? Like I can tell you all day that I want to be rich, but then I'm going and smoking weed all day, playing Xbox, and I'm not doing anything to move my life forward. Well, it's like, hey, listen, bro, like you say you want to get rich. Like, how many businesses have you started to have you tried to run in the past, I don't know, 60 days? None. Okay. How many skills have you tried to learn to make more money? None. How many courses have you bought to figure out how to make more money? How many mentors have you hired? How many books have you read? None. Okay, what have you been doing? Well, I mean, I guess nothing. Okay, so it sounds like you don't actually really want this. Well, yeah, I guess I've been kind of, I guess I've been lazy, to be honest. Okay. Do you feel like being lazy is going to somehow turn into you getting rich? No. Why not? Oh, I know that I have to do stuff. Okay, so why haven't you been putting in more action to move yourself into a better situation? Oh, well, I guess I've been kind of scared and lazy and da da da. Okay. Sounds like that was a big deal for you to admit. Yeah. What's going through your head? Well, I guess I was just, ignoring reality, and now you've made me see that maybe I don't deserve to be rich. I'm just not doing the right things. Well, I mean, do you want that to be the case moving forward? No. Okay, well, why now? Are you actually, if you are, willing to start taking new actions to get to your goal? Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm just trying to figure a way how to push past it. That's all. If I can figure a way to push past it, then I would.
All right, you see, if I can figure out a way to push past it. Okay, so the principle of human behavior, it's like, well, you don't have to figure out a way to go and talk to women. You just got to do it. Everything else is just an excuse. So it sounds like you just haven't been doing the actions of going and talking to more women. I mean, do you feel like if you talk to more women, that would help you communicate with them better? Yeah. Okay, so why haven't you been doing it? Well, I've been afraid. Okay, so what would you need to do to get over the fear? We'll talk to more women. All right, well, are you ready to do that? Or like, what would you need to, it's kind of like a circular argument, but that's this guy's reality. Well, if I had someone to help me, or it's like, well, dude, like, I know I need to talk to women, but I'm just afraid. Okay, well, like, how do you expect us to help? Like, what are we supposed to do about that? Well, I mean, if you guys could show me, how to do this and that, then I think I can get over my fear.
I can understand that, but yeah, I can understand you want to push past it, but what is it about the rejection that's causing you to have this inability to do so yourself?
That's a great question. I honestly don't know. Maybe I should think about that because I don't know. I mean, I used to think when I was younger, the worst you can do is say no. I should go back to that. The worst a woman can do is say no. I should go back to that.
Yeah. You should take that advice. It's good advice.
Yeah, that's the truth. The worst a woman can do is say no, I'm not interested.
See, here's the thing, though. If he goes back to that, you're going to have to present him with like two options. Okay. Here are your two options, Alan. Number one, you get over your fear of rejection and you just start approaching women. And yeah, the worst thing she can do is say no. Well, I mean, technically, not true. I mean, here's another very, plausible scenario. Let's say that you approach women, you actually get a date, it goes well, and then you start dating this woman, you get married, And then it's like, oh, wait, I'm in the same situation I was in before. I'm stuck with another woman that doesn't really, there's no real connection there. And you start burning time. Like that's a very likely reality, because it sounds like the initial problem wasn't that you were afraid of rejection, because you had more options back then and you still got with the wrong woman, right? So even if you had more options, what's the likelihood that just happens again? It's pretty high, right? So there must be something deeper which is causing you to stay with the wrong women. What do you think that is? Man, I don't know. Well, it might be some limiting beliefs that you have about yourself or about the availability of the type of women that you really want. Maybe you never really thought about the type of women you want and what you don't want. You just go for anybody because you're lonely. There's like a bunch of things there. But like your options at this point are to either, number one, try to figure that out yourself and hope for the best. Go talk to women, try to get over your fear of rejection, however long that takes. Potentially getting with the wrong woman again. But I guess it's better than being alone, right? So you can either stay alone, go down that road, or you can actually get some dating coach. You can get professional help from someone who knows this is what they do. They show people how to get higher quality women, how to talk to them, how to get over their limiting beliefs, and actually not just attract and convert, but like keep the woman that they want. Which one of those three options are you leaning towards? The third one. Okay, why? Okay. So, I mean, considering the fact that you've been alone for 3 to 4 years now, you haven't gotten any help with this. You're lonely, you're shy, you've blah, blah, blah is going on. You're lacking companionship. Like, why now are you now looking for outside help? Well, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And so from there, it's just like, well, why, if you do you want, because something's probably changed for him. Well, why, if you do you want our help to help you out with X, Y, and Z thing?
I don't know why. I don't know why that bothers me so much. That's a good point. Never really thought about that. That's a great point, actually. Damn. Okay. I just thought to think about that. Yeah. Oh, thanks for that part. So if I get beyond that, can this program help me? Is that why you were asking me that?
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, the big thing is it's all about you, right? This is what this is for, is to focus on you and to understand what's going on. Because if we really look at it, you having that sort of thought process, like you already know the answer. The answer is the worst thing a woman can say is no, right?
Right.
And it's about, with that mentality, being able to push past the rejection and being able to keep going. So
yeah,
at the end of the day, I mean, if you really thought about it, Alan, if you already know that the worst thing a woman can say is no, and that was a philosophy you had when you were younger, and you still have that philosophy today at 56, if you genuinely did think about it, what do you think is actually holding you?
Yeah. See, if you were his coach, this is a great line of questioning, because you're helping him get over his own excuses. But we're not his coach. You're not his coach. You are trying to sell him. And so the most likely scenario right now is that he hears your price and goes, $10K to get help with something that all I need to do is just get over my fear of rejection. I mean, the worst a woman can say is no. You know what? It's really not worth it. Let me just go and try out on my own. And if it doesn't work, maybe in like 6 months, I'll come back. That is what's going to happen if you don't illuminate his problems more. Because it's more than just fear of rejection, right?
Back from taking your own advice and just going and pursuing women and approaching them regardless of the rejection.
Nothing then. Like
like we don't need to be coaching him like that.
That's the only thing. That's it. That's really it. I didn't even think of it that way. That's
yeah. Okay. So consider, you could also just ask him. So like, considering the fact that yes, getting over your rejection is a big part of it, Why, if you do you want our help, to help you find a better quality woman? But that's like too leading. It's probably, we might tell you something, but it's much better if he comes to the realization of why that's not enough and why he needs something else. And you can kind of like pull that out of him.
That's it. That's the only thing holding me back. Nothing else.
Not true.
Yeah. And learning how to talk to them again. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's changed so much with social media and everything. But yeah, so learning how to talk to the woman again, that would be my biggest thing. That would be
Yeah, learning how to adapt to the times, basically.
my biggest thing. Because I can learn how to push through the rejection. And all I can do is say no. That's something I can do. But learning how to talk to women the right way, that's the thing I need the most.
There it is. There it is. How to talk to them the right way. So at this point, I'm like, do we have enough pain for this guy to pay $10K? No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, damn. That is the thing I need the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Learning how to talk to women again.
Yeah. So you know what you need to do, right?
Yeah.
Learning how to talk to women again, learning how to push through the rejection.
Well, no, he said the right way.
Yep.
At this stage, so you know what you need to do. So for you, ideally, where do you think we should go from here?
I don't know. When I saw the ad, it really doesn't go into how your program works. It was just.
Absolutely. Well, we could definitely go over the brass tacks of that. What I'm trying to understand is, you've had this realization of, I just need to take my own advice of pushing past the rejection.
Right.
Because the worst thing a woman can say is no.
Right.
And then learning how to then, when I push past the rejection, what are the words that I actually need to say, right?
Right.
And the thing is, you have known for the last 3 to 4 years, as you said, that you've wanted that companionship, despite the rejection that's been holding you back. And at the same time, it wasn't something that was a problem for you when you were younger.
No,
so what I'm trying to understand is, if this has been something for the last 3 to 4 years that you've wanted that companion, and now that you know what it is that you need to work on, what's been preventing you from being able to seek out advanced support or guidance in order to try and solve this for yourself?
Yeah, now you're leading him. That's very leading. Because he, at no point did he make the connection that he needs outside advanced support or guidance. You're like dropping that in there.
Nothing. I just never knew there were programs out there like that. I'm on social media, but I'm not on it all the time. So I was on it and I saw this, and that's why I.
What happened?
Answered the ad. That's what it is.
Like, nah, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. You can't just accept that he saw the ad. So there must have been a part of you, Alan, that felt like you were just making excuses. Has something changed for you to now come to the realization that it's not that you don't know how to talk to women, it's just that you need to push past that fear of rejection and actually get yourself out there more? Like, has something changed?
There's nothing. I just didn't know there were programs like this out there.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's the truth. That's what it is.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, right? But respectfully, that whole idea of you never knowing that there were programs like this that were out there, because there's programs like this that have been out here for decades and decades, even prior to us existing.
Right? Really? I didn't really have to pay attention to this before, because I was married.
Well, but you weren't for the past 3 to 4 years.
Married, so I really never even thought about it. Well, I thought about it, but I didn't cheat on my wife, so my ex-wife. No. I didn't cheat on her, so
I guess maybe how long have you been really thinking about wanting to solve all this? And if we're really thinking about, like, the idea of being able to solve the rejection, the fear of that rejection, of the shyness, of not being able to push past that, and then the idea of learning to talk to women again, how long has that specifically been in the back of your head?
That specifically? That's been a few months since once I started getting on the online sites and stuff, and realizing that it's way different now than.
Yeah, when was that?
When I was doing it a long time. It's way different now.
So a few months, like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. What was a few months?
3 to 5.
So he was just lonely for 3 to 4 years, and then only 3 to 4 months ago he got back on dating apps. Okay, why?
5 months.
Is it closer to 3 or 5 months?
I would say probably closer to 3 months or so.
So 3 months, 90 days. Yeah. So it's been 3 months and 90 days that you've had this in the back of your head that I need to do something.
No. You're telling me after 3 to 4 years of being alone, only 3 months ago you started thinking of dating? Okay. To me, that doesn't make any sense. But okay, well, I'll bite. What changed 3 to 4 months ago for you, or 3 to 5 months ago, whatever, for you to get back on to dating apps?
About this.
Right.
I understand you said that you never knew that there were programs out there. But the thing is, programs like this have always been out there, and that's 90 days that you haven't actively taken those steps to.
The problem is you're talking about the program, right? Like at no point did he say that he needs a program.
Seek something out, despite not knowing. So is it fair to say that it's that sort of lack of proactivity, of actually being proactive, seeking for something out? This has been happening for the last 90 days.
I guess you could say that.
Well, what would you say then?
If I'm off the market, let me know.
What?
If I'm off the market, like, let me know. I don't want to put words in your mouth. So if I'm off the
No,
market,
you're
let me know.
not putting words in my mouth. I mean, I guess it's. I just didn't. I didn't think, because I mean, I know I wanted to, but between work and I have my grandkids here, taking care of them and everything else, I really didn't concentrate enough on it. I guess that's the best way to say it. Because I work 12-hour shifts, and I work overnight, and I come home in the morning and I get my grandkids ready for school. I take them
Well, it sounds like you have companionship with your grandkids.
to school, so then I go ahead and go to work, and then I go to sleep. So it wasn't really. I guess there wasn't really time to really wrap my head around it, because one week I'll work 2 days, but then the next week I'll work 5. So
Yeah.
1 week I'll work 2 days, but then the next week I'll work 5. I didn't have time. So that's bullshit too. So, okay. So you're telling me over the past 3 to 4 years, you've had weeks where you only work 2 days. In other words, you had 26 weeks of the year, you had 5 days available to get out there, to meet women, or to research programs that could help you do that. Yet you haven't. So, I mean, you want to do if you want to do the math, we could do it. So 26 times 5 times 3 to 4. So we'll say 3.5 years. Okay, so that's 455 days that he's had to meet women, to not be lonely, to like search on the internet and look for help to get over his fear of rejection. It's not that you were busy, dude. Like, it sounds like something else is going on.
So as little time as possible. I know whatever I learn from you guys, it's not going to happen overnight. I'm not stupid. It's not something I can learn in 24 hours. I know that too. But as little time as possible. That's the best way to answer that question.
As little time as possible.
Yeah. However long, the least amount of time it takes me to get everything right.
See, like, we don't have information about how much time he's been spending on the dating apps per week. How much time is he swiping and scrolling? How much time is he out there trying to meet women in person? What has he been doing to meet women? We don't have that information. So, you could just bury him in that so hard. It's like, okay, so you've been, spending 5 hours a week on the dating apps over the past, blank amount of months. So that is, 80 hours or whatever that you've been putting into this. Do you feel like if you just took those 80 hours over the next 3 months and you put them into actually learning how to approach women, how to find more high quality women, how to communicate with them, and how to, do that would solve the problem? Okay, cool. So you got it. So it's not that you're too busy from the sounds of it. It's that you just don't have the skill set to do that because you haven't prioritized that. Is that accurate? Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
if that's a month, it's a month. If it's 2 months, it's 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So
oftentimes when I speak with men, some of the largest sort of blockers that prevent them from making that decision and taking action, as you said, is usually the same thing that prevented them. That idea of not being able to fully concentrate on it, not being able to make that time, even when
I don't know what you're doing.
they say that they know that they're able to, they know that they're not willing to. So for you, if that sort of way of thinking were to come back again and were to show itself, would we as your coaches be able to help you and empower you to be able to overcome that again?
What kind of tie down is that? Also, it's a very weird question. I don't think I would ask that.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure what?
Yeah. That's why
Makes you feel like.
No, you had. It's all right.
Oh, no. I was going to ask is what makes you feel like now is that time that you want to draw that line in the sand and decide that, hey, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to empower myself, and I'm ready to get that accountability and feedback to pushing myself past this and take care of this for my life.
Yeah. Now you're putting words in his mouth because he didn't say that at all. He didn't say I need accountability. The thing I need is accountability, and I need someone to show me what to do, and da 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 da. So like the whole part of where this call went wrong first is that we didn't get into the pain, and then we didn't get into his inputs and his outputs, which is also the pain. And then we didn't tie the fact that he needs to get outside help and give him the choices which are available to him. You could either keep doing what you're doing, which is nothing. You can get over your fear of rejection yourself and go out there and try to find a woman. But you've already mentioned that there's not as many options as there were before. But even before, when there were more options in college, you still picked the wrong girl and you wasted 26 years of your life. And God knows how much you spent on divorce and how much time you spent since then trying to find a new woman and how it's affecting you being alone. Okay. So that's what not doing, that's what the first two options have cost you, right? That's if you keep doing that, you're going to keep getting that basically. The other option is that you actually get a coach to help you. Someone who can show you how to find higher quality women. Someone who could show you how to communicate with them, get over your fear of rejection, hold you accountable. Which one of those three options do you want to go for? The third one. Okay, why? And why now? Considering that you've never heard of this before. It's been 4 years of you being on your own, putting in all this time and effort, buying into the excuse that you don't know what to say, but when really you just haven't been doing it. Why now are you looking for outside help? Oh, okay. Interesting. And then, you can just go into that because there's usually an external event that changes something internally. So, okay, so this thing happened. Blah, blah, blah. Dig into it a lot. Bury him in the pain again. How did that make you feel? Is it fair to say this is going to continue happening if you keep doing that? Okay, so where are you at now as far as wanting to figure this out on your own versus getting help? I 100% want to get help. Okay, got it. So when it comes to getting help, I guess, what was it that attracted you to us when it comes to getting outside help to fix your dating situation or to find the woman that's blah, 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 blah? You might want to get some more specifics. Also, maybe go into what he does want, because he's pretty clear on what he doesn't want, but he's not really clear on what he wants. So you might want to get that information as well. And then once we have all that, it's like, okay, cool. So this is your situation. This is going on. This is all this stuff's going on because you don't have this thing and this thing, which is what we help with. How much longer do you not want to have, how much longer are you willing to not have blah, blah, blah? Well, not another day. Okay, boom.
I already explained that. That's why I'm switching jobs and everything else. So I have more time for my own life. I would just think.
I understand that side of this. I understand that side of it, but I mean, for you personally, internally, why are you ready within yourself to actually, outside of what's going on within you shifting your jobs and making the time for this? Why are you drawing that line in the sand within yourself that I'm ready to actually take charge of this part of my life?
Yeah, because I'm tired of being alone. It's as simple as that. I'm tired of being alone. I don't want to be alone anymore. That's the only answer I can give you. I don't want to be alone anymore. So.
Okay, cool. So the discovery is about to end. Yeah. Just kind of a lot of things that could be cleaned up with this conversation. Kind of just missed a lot of things, and towards the end of the discovery, we started forcing a square peg into a round hole. So yeah. Biggest problem is that most of the conversation was around the solution, not the pain. Okay, so getting the pain first and then figuring out what he's been trying to fix it, why he's now at the point where he needs to do something differently, what he, maybe it's somewhere in there what he does want in a woman and why he's not been able, and okay, so this is what you want. What have you been getting? Oh, okay, so you've been wanting this, but getting this. And how has that made you feel? Ah, man, super, super shitty. Okay, and so this fear of rejection of yours, I maybe even backing up. Okay, so how many dates have you went on in the past 30 days? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 days. Okay, of these dates, or even of the women that you matched with on on the dating apps. How many would you say fit this ideal kind of profile of the woman that you want? 0. Got it. So it sounds like you have a lead generation problem and you have a conversion problem as far as like knowing what to say and how to actually create attraction, interest, get dates going, right? Before, when you were in college, you had plenty of options. However, you still picked a relationship that turned into, I won't say it was a total waste of time because you have kids, right? But as far as your own happiness as a man, you sacrificed 33 years of happiness, or 26 years of, like, he said his oldest kid's 33, so he's with her for at least 33 years, married for 26, whatever. You've sacrificed your own happiness for 33 years, right? Like, we can just make it very, very clear to him. Like the case against this guy for staying the same is so outrageous when you orchestrate the conversation in a way where it's very obvious how his way of operating is, what it's costing him, right? And what he needs to do differently, and then why now, and tying him down to that. Why us? Got it. So you need this and this, which if you don't have this, you're going to continue getting this. Is that accurate? Yes. How much longer you don't have this? Like, how much longer are you willing to not have the ability to attract and convert the type of women that you actually want? Not another day. Okay, cool. Then we can pull them out. How much longer are you willing to not have the skill set of attracting and converting the woman that you actually want? And knowing that every day that you don't, you're going to continue feeling lonely and not have the companionship that you want. Oh, okay, not another day.